The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Good evening, the Sidney Rhodes Show. Thank you so much for being here. We are honored that you would share some time with us tonight. We are here live from 9 until midnight. You can join us at 917-725-4241. Right off the bat, have to take a moment for the late, great Richard Pryor. Born December 1st, 1940. The late, great Richard Pryor. How y'all doing out there tonight? We got a great night planned. A lot to talk about. President-elect Donald J. Trump just got off stage a few moments ago, rocking the party, giving it to the folks, letting them know that he's the real deal. He gonna make it all right. All you gotta do is hold on tight. Brother Trump laying it down. Well, what does that mean for us? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you thinking? Are you strategizing? Are you preparing? What are you doing? Take hold. Get your popcorn ready. Put your thinking caps on. It's the Sidney Rhodes Show. We're going to get down to the nitty and the gritty. I'm so grateful that you're here tonight. We're going to get into it. President-elect Donald J. Trump tonight. Thank you tour jumps off. And we will have to analyze, is it chess or is it checkers? And what does it mean for you? Hold on tight. Sidney Rhodes Show. Thanks for being here. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. So, part of the reason why we do the Sidney Rhodes Show, as many of you already know and love and understand, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, we just got to let you know that we put out the mental gymnastics, but you don't have to agree. You don't. It's okay. We can chop it up together. You do not have to agree. What we do want is to have the dialogue. We do want to take the pursuit. We don't want to be afraid to look at a situation from all angles. We can't be afraid to do that. We have to analyze what's really happening. It doesn't do us any good to have our blinders on going through life. I mean, where has that gotten us? So we had to unravel what we're looking at. So in that spirit, I say, well, man, you seem like you kind of being a little congratulatory and being a little accommodating to President-elect Donald J. Trump, Brother Sid. I mean, dang, don't you know he's this? Don't you know he's that? No, I don't know that. I don't know that. How do you know that? Well, I heard he was such and such, and I heard he was such and... Well, okay, send me the link so I can know too. If the man is a racist from left to right, send me the link that proves it so I can play it on the show. I like to have proof. Well, dang, man, he's a this, he's a that. Okay, I mean, if that's the case, then that's the case. If you know it to be true, then send me the proof. As far as I can see, I know there's good and bad in all the situations. In both of those major candidates that you may be considering, if you believe the recount would be successful. I have said, and I stand by it. That I still have issues with Secretary Clinton. I mean, I have some issues. Maybe you don't have those issues. Maybe that's not your reality. I mean, that's okay. Everybody's got a different perspective. Everybody got a different way they go about how they see and how they view life. That okay. I mean, maybe you were never called a super predator, or anybody that resembles you was ever called a super predator. So maybe you don't have that reality. I can't necessarily speak for how you relate to that or don't relate to that. I don't know how the crime bill affected your family. I don't know if you have relatives locked down right now, stemming from crime bill legislation. I don't know your perspective on that. I don't know how NAFTA impacted your life directly or did not impact your life. So maybe your battle cry was simply the most qualified first woman, and she's going to fight for you. And, maybe, you were very, very positive and or maybe you were just anti the other guy, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Because again, I believe there are positives and negatives enough to go around, but I'm not blind. And the Sidney Rhodes Show is not a blind follower of any person, of any party, of any platform. We don't blindly put our allegiance to that. That's not how we get down. I mean, it just incenses me. It's not even logical to me to broadcast diversity and inclusion only if you agree with me, then, we can tolerate your perspective. Otherwise, you have to toe the line. If you a certain skin tone, we know you gonna vote Democratic. You don't know that about Sid. Well, we know if you a certain perspective, you don't like the Second Amendment. Oh, you don't know that about Sid. I think the Second Amendment's a beautiful thing. I surely do. But I invite the discourse. I invite the opportunity for us to share our perspectives. I am convinced that we do not all have to agree. I am convinced that we can have and share perspectives, that we can come around the table and rap a taste on it. You are welcome to join the conversation, 917-725-4241. Now, with that, because we can look at situation objectively and how it plays out for each of us, maybe differently, but now we have a president-elect, quote unquote, the most powerful man in the world, coming up. Brother Prez, he only has a few more weeks left. So I think it might be a good idea to stop underestimating a man who won. A man who made what many thought were horrible missteps along the way. Disqualifying, in fact, many people felt that he made disqualifying errors. Yet, 62 million wins the electoral, I give you that, the electoral vote count, at least until December 19th, unless something changes on the 19th, because we got that little constitutional complication coming. Holla if you hear me. But how long will you allow your anger to blind you? Well, who's blinded, Sid? I'm not blinded. I see. Well, then why, when I encourage people who are loving and supporters of Secretary Clinton, when I try to warn you that you should be hightailing it to President Barack Hussein Obama before he leaves office and begging him to pardon your champion? Why is that met with so much opposition from the people that love her most? From the people that love her most. Just can't fathom why that makes sense. And I give the history of Ford and Nixon. I give the history of Ford and Nixon, and it still doesn't resonate. People are not flocking to protect Secretary Clinton. And I'm just wondering, what's up with that? Why are you allowing her to just be in the wind, swinging over the abyss of people that are chanting, lock her up? And I've been warning on this program. I've been warning that this is chess, not checkers. I've been warning that nothing's happening by accident. I've been warning that you have a person that has vowed to give his supporters what he has promised them. So it doesn't make sense to me. So then I had to post it today on the Facebook. Just a few moments ago, when in Cincinnati, Ohio, in Trump's thank you tour, he mentions the name Hillary, and the thousands of people start chanting, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. And he didn't stop them. It just is like, do you not understand, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family? Do you not understand? I give you Ford and Nixon. You are giving a blanket pardon from this time to that time. It can be 5 years, 6 years. You are saying effectively that she would be pardoned for anything she may have done. You're not saying she did anything. President Obama has the constitutional authority to give her an umbrella policy, a catch-all, a pardon that covers a span of years. They can't come after her for the Clinton Foundation, off the table. They can't come after her for any emails that still may pop up. Emails that still might pop up. emails that still might pop up. All that gets off the table. He says basically, hey, pick a date. He can say from 2005 to 2016. She is completely untouchable. He has the constitutional right to give her that document, and it's absolute constitutionally. Can't do nothing to her. But no. You don't want to do that. You don't need to do that. She didn't do nothing wrong. You don't need chess, not checkers. So you love her, you're with her. She's your champion. But you don't seek a pardon? Did you not hear the chants tonight? And I warned you on this program what they wanted, what the supporters were begging for. They had not forgotten, nor had they changed their mind. And I made it personal with you. I said, would you change your mind? You still want equal pay. You still want women to be treated properly, equally. You still want college to be more affordable. You still want universal health care. You still want I'm just going in my mind of the different promises. I was thinking about criminal justice reform, and I started to there's a list of them. Okay, the trade policies you do want or don't want. I start. You know what I'm trying to say. Either way, run down our whole platform. You ain't stopped wanting the things that you supported her with. None of those things you don't want anymore. Like, okay, no, I don't want those things because she lost. I don't want them no more. You still want the same things. Well, why shouldn't a person that has the full right to vote for Brother Donald J. Trump, why shouldn't they still want a wall? Why shouldn't they still want America first? Why shouldn't they still want lower taxes, lower regulations, et cetera, et cetera? Why shouldn't they want these things? Why shouldn't they want an all-out assault on ISIS? Why shouldn't they want these things? These are the same things they wanted. Why shouldn't they want education brought local, get rid of Common Core? His platform, right? Why shouldn't they still want those things? And part of that was lock her up. And they said it again tonight. Part of the chess, not checkers is many thought it wasn't proper for him to be the one making the declaration that he was going to set up a special prosecutor to go after her, that had to just come from the Justice Department anyways. He really shouldn't be directly involved. Well, he's already chosen the AG. Jeff Sessions already said that he thought there was enough evidence from before when Comey made the first announcement. He already felt there was enough evidence to go after her. So he doesn't need the president to spearhead it. By the president selecting, if the president knows you like to eat cheeseburgers, you love to eat cheeseburgers, you eat cheeseburgers every day, you just love to eat cheeseburgers. Well, doggone it, if you get selected by him and he says, do what you normally do, there's going to be some cheeseburger going down around there. Because that's what you do. He ain't got to say nothing to you, just tell you be yourself. He ain't going about his business. Chess, not checkers. I get a dog to watch my house. His job or her job as that dog is to watch the house. When I'm gone, watch the house. So if you come in my house and that dog bites you for being in my house, good job. I ain't got to tell the dog nothing. Give him some extra biscuits. Should have been my house. Lucky I wasn't there. All you got was bit. If I'd have been there, you get bit and something else. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. So yeah, it's just a part of speaking out for those that, don't have a voice, we have an obligation, to help cats. It just can't be about us all the time. There's people that need help and this is what we do, we got to reach back. We got to help out. Sidney Rhodes Show. That's what we all about. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, so glad that you're here. Thank you for being here on the Sidney Rhodes Show. You can always catch our programs on demand, iTunes and YouTube, The Sidney Rhodes Show, The Sidney Rhodes Show. Well, now let's see. Did you see the day today? Did you see how the day played out? I mean, it's just beautiful how the day played out. I mean, if you like strategy, I mean, if you're a fan of Sun Tzu, if you know the art of war, if you like the laws of power, I mean, if you really dig strategy, right? I mean, I don't know, von Clausewitz. I mean, you know, you get into strategy, you will appreciate the moves of President-elect Donald J. Trump, and not only could will you see what's happening, but it makes a lot of sense if you plan to do something for 2020. I mean, even deeper than that, actually. You could say, well, the midterms in 2018, and then even deeper than that, how are you going to stop any of his initiatives? Right now, there's a wait and see approach, and he's already beating you to the punch every time you turn around. Politics is not won and lost on certain days, and that's the end of the story. It's a perpetual grind. You understand? You are constantly in motion. I mean, there were people putting out reports today that this tour, this thank you tour, was actually the first day of campaigning for 2020. People were actually saying that today. I mean, if you look at the reports, there were people who wanted Brother Trump to run for president many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. So for those that got caught up in the TV reality star, he just decided because the country was in such a, whatever, he just decided, like he had never thought about this. He had never strategized about it. He had never talked to certain people about it. Wrong. I mean, I'll just throw out a quick one to you, just a quick one, because I've given props to Kellyanne Conway. I mean, just brilliant at what she does. But just, we're looking at her as a pollster. He asked her a long time ago just to run some numbers, just to see how this thing was, could play out. And you got to do the history. You got to look at the research. He's been laying a foundation for years. While people thought this was a spontaneous thing. No. So I've said on the Sidney Rhodes Show before, you don't have to agree, but I mean, it's one thing if you hate the player versus the game. The person winning at the game. Now, if you think his policies are horrible, if you think that he is unfit, if you think that it's a disaster for the nation, if you think it's all going downhill now, if that's what you believe, then you actually need to be listening to what I'm saying more than anyone else. Because there's no way you're going to be able to slow him down or stop him from what he's trying to do unless you understand what he's doing. Can you dig it? I mean, how do you expect to beat him if you don't know what he's doing, how he's doing it? Exactly. People continue, you want to laugh at his baseball caps with Make America Great. You want to laugh at his tweets at 3 a.m. You want to laugh at, okay. Where is that getting you? Except people around you who maybe have the same mindset can laugh and joke and ridicule. So much for diversity and inclusion. People can mock and ridicule his habits and the way he does what he does. I saw a lot of that. And I don't mind. Again, I'm honored on the Sidney Rhodes Show that you present your alternative perspective, because I think there's more than just two ways of looking at everything. So what I'm about to say, I know everybody doesn't agree with, but that's okay. I mean, hey, maybe you've got a compelling argument that puts something on my mind, but let me put something on yours for now, if you would, if you please. I saw a lot of anger from the Democratic Party during the campaign. Boy, I mean, I saw a lot of rage. Cats was like for real mad at this man. I mean, they was for real mad. I mean, the same people that talk a lot of diversity and understanding and gentle this and politically correct and but when it came to Brother Trump, there was a lot of vitriol. There was some anger. I'm saying for real. Yeah, I mean just the look on people's faces when I would, wow, real mean, and even in a lot of the churches, man, people were just talking real sideways. Now, maybe it's warranted. Maybe everything that people were saying, that's just how he is. Maybe, okay, I'm just asking for some proof about that. I'm not going to label him a racist without proof. I mean, I can be fair about the fact that there are people that supported him who may or may not be, but I think there are people that supported Secretary Clinton that may or may not be. So what? I mean, where are we going with that? You tell me everybody in the Democratic Party, nobody's racist in the Democratic Party? This is what you're trying to tell me? Get out of here with that. You got good and bad everywhere is my take. That's my take until it's proven wrong. That's my take. You're good and bad on both sides. So let's start the day today. Let's start the day. So today, Brother Trump down in Indiana. Y'all all right? Down in Indiana having a ball. Him and Vice President-elect Pence. He's still governor technically, right? So they ball in Indiana with the Carrier hookup. Now Carrier is actually owned by another company, a major company that has major defense contracts on the line. You understand that, right? Just to keep that straight. But the deal was made, and we're gonna walk through part of this deal because understanding how the deal was made will help you understand what you up against for the future. We'll be right back. Sidney Rhodes Show. Why do this, Sidney Rhodes Show? Well, it's not about whether or not, we have all the answers. I think it's a collaborative effort. I think that there are a lot of brilliant people in the world, and this is a point, a critical point in history. And if we can circle the wagons round, if we can bring the people together to think about the concepts and look at things from a different angle, different perspective, look deeper, I mean, it's possible that we can help somebody. It's possible that we can create better structures, towards a more perfect union. You dig? I mean, so I really, I throw out a lot of questions, because I really want people to think. And, sometimes I just, I believe there's a utility to just allowing some things to be questioned, just that First Amendment right, just allow it to be questioned, and then if it's the truth, let it be the truth, I mean, if it stands, let it stand. If not, then we got work to do, You feel me? I think we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our future. We owe it to our children to get to the truth and then stand on that. That's the Sidney Rhodes Show, you know. So I invite people from all different perspectives, you know. With respect, we put it up, we put it to the test. That's what we do, Sidney Rhodes Show. And that's why we do what we do, you know. Gotta love it. Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. We're back. Thank you for being here. Going for the ride. Sidney Rhodes Show. We get down to the nitty and the gritty. So, hey, I'm watching, right? Checking out Brother Trump today in Indianapolis with, well, he's in Indiana. So, you know, and at the carrier hookup, right? So, okay. Now, a lot of people didn't know, you know, they're waiting for the details, you know, well, exactly how did this go down, you know, what's really going on. Now, you've got a lot of posturing happening because people know, hey, 1,000 jobs before Christmas, you know, I mean, that's a lot. If you're able to save 1,000 jobs, those are families, big Christmas, big kickoff. We still haven't even hit inauguration yet. So, I mean, this is, you know, you got some real good marketing happening right here. This is good for the brand, you know, if you can put it together. But then you got the other side saying, dang, now watch this. Dang, why didn't we do that? You see? So if Brother Trump says, yo, I picked up the phone, made a deal, what? See, if he drops it like that, then it just begs the question, well, hey, Prez, well, why didn't you pick up the phone? If he could pick up the phone, you see the interplay there, right? You see the interplay. You know, so, and man, I promised the people I just pick up the phone. I picked the phone, what? So now you got to have, you know, you got to have something to counter that with. So what are you going to counter it with? But see, you counter punching already. So you're already behind, right? Because he gonna have the message of I saved 1,000 jobs. You can't take that. So now you got to try to at least try to conflate or diminish it somehow. You got to kind of tarnish it because it's just sounding too strong. So the voices come out, well, let's wait and see the details because maybe, you know, there was some bribing going on. Maybe that, you know, you're setting a bad precedent and maybe getting too involved and maybe, you know, okay. But now you're playing with masters. So be careful because the smackdown can come so easily at you with that argument. You should have been calling the Sidney Rhodes Show and asking for a better argument because that argument going to get you in trouble. See? Because all a chess player gonna come back at you with is, you saved the auto industry, didn't you? No, but you saved the auto industry though, didn't you? I mean, you got all in busy with that, right? You see, I mean, stuff like that gonna just come back at you too strong. So now, you behind. You playing from behind with master strategists. So you gotta plot it out. But we'll get into that more later, since you didn't call me and ask me what, you know, okay, fine. Sidney Rhodes Show, we just, you know, we do it on the love. So, okay, let's go back to, so they chilling and they had the big hookup and they at the plant and, you know, people, you know, happy and, you know, just like, you know, even had people crying, saved their jobs. Major deal, right? Okay. Now, if you check the footage, when the announcement came out, some time ago. I mean, this is a while ago. There was a person there that had their cell phone and recording it when they had the announcement. And the company, the people had been working there for many, many years. I mean, Carrier is a staple in the town. I mean, you got people there that have been working there for generations. Their families have been there for generations. So, you know, this is really a staple, and they're doing well. It's not like people are performing; they're doing well. So it was a complete shock, and they've got the footage, right? Dude gets up and like, look, y'all, straight up for business reasons, we got to bounce. We're going to boogie down to Mexico and we got to do it. We're going to shut the junk down and move it over. So it's a business thing. We got to do it. Peace, holla. People start tripping like, what? Dig it, right? So now those same people from that moment to this moment, they've been just like feeling it. So, okay. All right. So today, Brother Trump gave some deeper details from his vantage point. Okay, now again, this is from his side. So you take it or leave it alone. I mean, it's his side. But there's something to get from this, right? So he gives his perspective. He says, well, hey, he was watching the news, and there was a special on the carrier situation. Okay? And I mean, this is what he said today. I'm giving you fresh stuff. This is fresh. So he says, well, and I'm paraphrasing. He says, well, I'm chilling. I'm watching the news. I'm watching the channel. I don't even like how he talks, right? I don't even like that station, so I ain't gonna tell you which network I was watching, because I don't even want to tell you which one. See, threw that in there, right? Because, see, chess, not checkers. Just threw that in there for good measure. So he goes on, he says, but they had a special on carrier, so I wanted to check it out. And in this special, they interviewed a dude, and the guy was adamant about the fact that he wasn't worried about losing his job. And Brother Trump was saying, he said this today, he says he was just confused. He was like, well, the dude is, what's wrong with this man? Because the deal's already done. They're already, constructing the plant down in Mexico. It's a done deal. That paper's already signed. It's done. But here's a dude on CNN, or he's on some network. he's on one of those networks, and on one of those networks, who knows which one. He's on one of those networks, and he's saying, "Hey, I ain't worried, cause Mr. Trump made a promise that he wasn't gonna let this happen. So I'm chilling. Everybody else crying and worried, but I'm not tripping. I'm good." They're like, "How you good?" He's like, "Cause I trust Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump gonna do what he said. He said we're gonna have the job, and we're gonna have the job. That's it. I'm good." So President Trump is telling the story. So he's watching this. He's like, "What? I didn't say that." Now here's the backstory. So as President Trump tells the story, he says, "Well, hey, the deal was, I was saying that deals like that I would get in front of if you elect me as your president, because the carrier deal was already a done deal when I was talking in the campaign. I was using that as an example." This is what he said today. He said, "I was just using carrier as an example, that if another company tried to do what this company did, bounce up and go to Mexico and these people lose their jobs, I would get on the phone, I would do some things, there'd be some consequences. That stuff gonna stop because I'm your guy. Don't worry about it. I handled it. I'm gonna get in their chest. They try to move. But I'm talking about the future stuff. If you elect me, I ain't talking about a deal that's already done." But he said he got touched because this dude took what he said to mean that not just for the future, but for the current deal. So he picked up the phone, y'all. So today, he calls out. He's like, "I don't even know the guy, but it's the guy here." And his mom was in the audience, and she was like, "That was my son. That was my son that said it." Whew, man, how you gonna stop stuff like this? This is, man, come on, y'all. Come on. How you gonna stop this? This is a train that's got some oil and loco to that motion. For real, though. His mom's in the audience. "That was my son that said that, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, that was my son. He was the one who was saying that." Dang. So President Trump was like, "You got a great son. I'm going to let all y'all know you owe him a big thank you." Because when he said that, I felt like I had to do something to honor my word. So I picked up the phone. But I'm just letting all y'all know you owe that guy something. What? They like, "Jimmy? We don't even like Jimmy." We owe Jimmy? Dang. I mean, I was all right when we owe Trump. Now I got to owe Jimmy too? Dang. Skip Jimmy. Dang. Now Jimmy's hot. So, that's what's up. So, okay. He picks up the phone. Mind you, like I told you, he don't worry about calling the carrier cats. He call the mother company that owns carrier. Holla if you hear me. So he picks the phone and he handles that real business. Like, "Yo, we're going to have to get in front of this." "Well, what about we already got the factory down in Mexico, bop, bop, bop." we gonna have to handle this. For real though. This is what we're gonna have to do. And they do the deal. Next thing you know, they report, y'all keep y'all jobs, we good. What? Right, you good. No, you good. Don't worry about it. I thought we was, no man, he made the call, you good. So what you expect them to do? Chill? No. They get on the plane, they go down today, they in there balling, celebrating, getting the free press. We that thing. Still outmaneuvering the other folks. Like it or not, it's chess, not checkers. Sidney Rhodes Show. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Have you heard? You ain't hear about that. Did you hear? Who told you? That Increased Solution LLC is making a 24/7 network? Come on now. Well, what about the Sidney Rhodes Show? Oh, Sidney Rhodes Show is still going to be from 9 to midnight, though. Oh, okay, because, you don't be tripping. Sidney Rhodes Show is still from 9 to midnight. Okay. But, you mean all those other hours, 24/7, need to be filled? Which means cats they can have their own show? You tripping. Are you serious? Or they can be guests on other shows? So you mean if you had a talent or idea or something you want to do, you got a chance right here to reach the world? Come on, man. What's the catch? What? All they gotta do is get at you? On Facebook? Sidney J. Rhodes Jr.? So wait a minute, what kind of topics? I mean, what, they could do what? Relationships, religion, news, education, health, race, business development, entertainment, empowerment? What? All of that? And whatever else? What? All they gotta do is get at you? Come, what you trying to say? That if they want to get out there, they can get out there. This is their chance. For real, though? For real, they just go Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr., send you a message and be like, hey, this is something I want to do. And then if it's good, it's good. Is that what you're trying to say? For real? Man, that sounds all right. That's kind of cool. All right. Nah, I'm with that. I ain't going to hold you up with that. All right. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Okay, all right. I might try to have a show. That's all right. Well, wait. What if I got a product or a service, something I just want to advertise to the world? I could Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr., and I can hook up and try to get that too? Man, that's all right. Oh, man, go on, man. That's cool, man. All right. No, I ain't gonna hate. I like it. 24/7 network. All right, helping people, giving some good perspectives, having people think about things, man, and some entertainment too, man. That's hot. All right. I'm cool. That'll work. Nah, I know you ain't afraid to call. I know you ain't afraid to call. And you know you don't be agreeing with everything I say. Don't it? You do not be agreeing with everything I say. Then keep it 917-725-4241. You better call 917-725-4241. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Welcome back. Sidney Rhodes Show. Having a great time tonight. So we're talking about this chess versus checkers. So whichever side you own, I make that advisal right off. Whichever side you own, you gotta look at the strategy if you expect to somehow get your policies implemented, get your candidates elected. You're gonna have to break down the strategy. It's only intelligent. You're going against the Von Clausewitz of politics right now. You're not going up against a rinky-dink reality TV guy that just tweets at 3 a.m. and all the rest of that stuff. You just got to get that out your mind. The man is a master at what he's doing. Okay? If it makes it easier for you to accept, because I ain't gonna accept nothing from him. I don't care what. Okay, well then you just gonna lose at every turn. If he is your enemy, quote unquote enemy, and you underestimate him, which you've done, how do you expect to ever defeat him? So instead of 4 years, you're about to have 8 years. Let me ask you this before I even get into more of why you should. Let me just make it just clear. Can I ask? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who has presented a strategy to you as to how to defeat him 4 years from now? Talk to him, Sid. Talk to him, Sid. So, you're not going to start thinking about it? Because obviously nobody's telling you. So if they're not telling you, it's probably because they don't know, which means all you can do is just be upset. Now, who does that sound like? Just walking around upset. Ain't got no plan, no real strategy, no real understand, but you mad. I'm just... Who that sound like? What kind of mentality does that sound like? Don't be no fool. I ain't calling you one. I'm saying don't be. I'm not calling you. I'm saying don't be no fool. Okay, give me another chance, Sid. Give me another chance. Raise your hand if somebody has told you the strategy to defeat Donald J. Trump in 2020. Nobody. Just run around mad. Not my president. On Sidney Rhodes Show, we think about it. Strategy. Understand what happened. Understand what you're going to do about it. If not, keep on taking your L's. That's how it rolls. If you don't understand, let's go back to cats that, old school. If you don't understand what Iverson's doing to you, whether he show up for practice or not, I'm old school. Whether he show up for practice or not, if you don't understand what he doing to you, you're just going to keep getting crossed over. It's that simple. Oh, well, he got funny tattoos. Oh, his hair is bop, bop, bop. And then the ladies, oh, he cute. Whatever it was you're trying to say about him. But if you don't understand the skill that he's demonstrating on, then boom, you're going to be a victim to his handles. You don't like Rodman. Stick with basketball for a moment, if you would, if you please. You don't like Rodman. Can't stand Rodman. Crazy as he can be. But how does he keep getting this defense man of the year award? How does he keep getting all these rebounds? He's such a terrible dude. He's such an eccentric wild man, but how does he keep getting all these rebounds? If you would, if you please. So drop back. Was it 18 cats going for the Republican nomination for president? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to make it easy for you. I'm trying to make it easy for you to drop back to what I was trying to say. Make it easy for you, so you can just think clearly. I know we get to the emotion. It gets all emotional. Just touches me so close. Take Secretary Clinton out of the equation for a second. Okay? Take her out. How did he beat the Republicans? See, you get too emotional if I start bringing up what just happened on November 8th and blah, blah, blah. You stop thinking. You're just mad. Okay, but when it wasn't, you were still having problems with Brother Bernie Sanders. You still didn't know how to handle Brother Sanders because he had the momentum. He had the energy, just so you know. But anyway, I digress. But if you go back over to what was happening, how was he able to handle Ted Cruz, a senator, and Marco Rubio, and Chris Christie, and Ben Carson, and Carly, and the list goes on? How was he able to handle those guys? Huh? How? Do you know? Do you know? No. And this is what we got to do on the Sidney Rhodes Show. So this is what I'm trying to say. So if you knew, and to tell you the truth, they didn't figure out in time either. That's why they lost. Holla, if you hear me, Sidney Rhodes Show. If they knew, they would have had a plan that would have worked. Holla, if you hear me. They didn't figure it out. Speaking of which, I'll say this in passing for those of you that want to get deeper than deep. I'll say this in passing. So Brother Banning, the so-called alt-right, extremist, racist, the so-called white supremacist nationalist, the so-called dude Banning from Breitbart, okay, that dude who President-elect Trump made sure was still right next to him to this day. Strategist. Check it out. Back to the point. So, if you are expecting to have your person win in 2020, and you're expecting to put your millions behind it, you're expecting to do your marching, your campaigning, your volunteering, your phone calls, okay. I have said on this program, I'll say it again. How in the world, if you can't beat him when he's not president, do you expect to beat him when he has the power of the presidency behind him? It's hard to unseat an incumbent president, especially one that's already, confounding career politicians, people that run for office and win elections for a living. You dig that? I mean, cats that have already, they've given all the press conferences, they know all the sound bites, they know all the hot buttons, they know all the people to talk to, they know all the media outlets to reach, they have the whole thing on lock. That's why they get the title insider, right? Okay. Then you get a cat coming in there talking about drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. I mean, how do you do that? How do you even, where's that come from? You got a whole different thing you speaking on. And like I said before, Kanye, when he did his speech, the interrupted concert thing, and then people want to label him as whatever, and he goes and whatever, okay. Before, if you listen to what he was saying, he was tapping into something. He was trying to let other people tap into it too. That style of communication cuts through. It cuts through. So when you got in your mind the candidate that you want, oh, well, I'm going to want somebody who's so clean cut, that they could babysit my grandbabies. We going to get rid of this guy. We're going to get somebody who's just, never said anything about this and never did anything like that, never has any. Okay. I mean, that's honorable. That's honorable. You go find the greatest Boy Scout, Girl Scout you can find, who's just the most honorable person. Oh, I mean, okay. I hope you got a biggest bank account. Because how's that person going to make any news? Holla if you hear me. I'm giving out jewels tonight. If you're trying to run for elected office, you need to get with the Sidney Rhodes Show. You need to be like locked in. Because I be giving up stuff that just, you running for office, you want to be mayor, talk to me for about 30 minutes and you good. That's all I'm trying to say. You want to be governor, okay, maybe 32 minutes. Jeez. I'm not blind to what I'm looking at. Okay, so let's go back to your super honorable person. Okay? Conversely, look at the millions upon millions of dollars of quote unquote free press that President-elect Donald J. Trump got. I mean, people have been doing studies on it. You know, you can take a look at it. It is amazing. You think that's by accident? I'm self-funding my own campaign. He didn't say I'm trying to waste a dollar when I don't have to. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. Just because I'm self-financing my campaign don't mean I'm trying to spend a dollar more than I need to. I mean, just the other day, y'all accused me of not paying certain people. So, I know how to grind. I know how to hustle. So, I build buildings and blah, 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 blah. I deal with contracts every day. So I'm trying to get the cheapest thing. I mean, y'all buy one flat screen TV. I got a hotel. I need to get 1,000 of them. I'm looking for the cheapest, best quality, cheapest, best quality, cheapest I can get. Best quality, cheapest, China. So, this is what I do. So if I tweet this right here, and it's going to basically get me about $400,000 of free media because it's going to be all on the news tomorrow. And it takes me like 5 seconds to tweet it. Matter of fact, if I do misspell some words, that might give me a couple extra airings of it. Matter of fact, if I say, let me see, if I put this word in there that don't really make sense, I might get $600,000 worth of free advertisement off of this one. What if I call somebody a name? Let me think about when I was about 9 years old. I used to call somebody such and such, and that got a few laughs in class. Let me try to. I only got 140 characters, so let me call this person that name too. Put that in there. That might give me about okay. That took me how many seconds? But for your candidate who ain't never going to say nothing against anyone, who's always going to be so polite, who's going to be so crystal clean because we don't want them to offend anyone. We're against this man who's offending people. So we're going to make sure our person never offends, never raises their voice. They're so articulate. They're so wonderful. They're so magical. Ain't nobody coming to the rallies. Make them your priest. Gonna have a hard time winning as president the way things are in this country. Sidney Rhodes Show. It's the real deal. Oh yeah, I just, it's just a part of speaking out for those that, don't have a voice, we have an obligation, to help cats. It just can't be about us all the time. There's people that need help, and this is what we do, we got to reach back. We got to help out. Sidney Rhodes Show. That's what we all about. The Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Nah, I know you ain't afraid to call. I know you ain't afraid to call. And you know you don't be agreeing with everything I say. Don't it? You do not be agreeing with everything I say. Then keep it 917-725-4241. You better call 917-725-4241. Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Welcome back. We are honored that you're here, Sidney Rhodes Show. Oh, we're just having too much fun. How you doing? How you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. On the real side. Oh, yeah, we're talking about the strategy. And whichever side you're on, you want to know how to win. You got to figure out how to win. Know what somebody doing to you, jacking you up. Keep getting the victories. You keep taking the L's. You got to find out what's up with that. And what can you do about it? Do something. Shucks. Get a plan for the throwdown. Chestnut checkers. So yeah, and then let me say this. Let me say this again. Back to this super deal with Carrier, and like I'm telling you, the deal wasn't Carrier. Okay, the mother company. That's what I'm talking about. Chess, not checkers. United Technologies, if you would, if you please. United Technologies, if you would, if you please. Major corporation. I mean, major. My understanding is defense contractor, many hookups, many deals with the Fed. Defense contract. Defense. Huge deals with the government. They own Carrier, y'all. Anyway. So when Brother Trump picked the phone, he ain't even worried about picking the phone with the Carrier cats about them 1,000 jobs. He calls UT. Because see, UT and the government, they already got, that's that next level stuff. Holla if you hear me. Chess, not checkers. But again, this is what we're talking about. If you're going to deal, if you're going to try to unravel and get to the nitty, the gritty, like we do on the Sidney Rhodes Show, you got to be prepared that it might not be what you think it is. That's why sometimes we got to get the emotion out of it and look at the thing. Especially if you're talking about you're going to try to come up with a champion for 2020. Let alone stop some of this unraveling of the legacy of Barack Hussein Obama that's about to happen. It's coming, y'all. Because, okay, you have to appreciate the fact that Brother Obama, he had obstruction. The GOP had already said, look, we ain't going with nothing you say, dude, you can forget it. Don't even try. We ain't doing nothing. And then we going to blame you for not getting stuff done because we ain't going to help you with nothing and you need to have us sign off, and we ain't sign up on nothing. You on your own, dog. Even if you say something we don't like it. I know we said we like it yesterday, but no, you said it today, so we don't like it no more. So he had to go through that. All right. So there are a few things that he was like, well, I'm just going to sign an executive order so at least we get something moving. So I mean, rocking a hard place. He couldn't make the deal. He was trying, but Cass was like, nope, I said we ain't going to do it. So he's like, well, send me the papers. I'll sign as president, executive order. He was like, well, okay, well, give me another one then. I'll do another executive order. Well, okay, well. But the problem is, a storm was coming. Because Brother Trump, all he got to do, since you signed it, I'm the president now. The same way you brought it in, I got the power to take it out. Essentially, I mean, you brought it in by yourself. I can take it out by myself. We in the same position now. If you at McDonald's and your job is to flip fries, and the dude that come in to flip fries or the lady that come in to flip fries after you, they got just as much right to flip a fry as you did. Y'all own fries, right? Well, get them fries out. I'm just saying. So, okay, if you can flip a fry, he can flip a fry. So the same way he brought it in, other man can take it out. So there's a problem now. You feel me? There's a problem. So this is getting unraveled. Now, let's we're going to progress now. We're going to start moving towards Cincinnati. So we leaving Indiana, y'all. We leaving Indiana earlier today, and we on our way to Cincinnati for the thank you tour. Hang tight. We gonna get to Cincinnati and run through some of that. This is Sidney Rhodes Show. Hang tight. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. So I invite you all to keep linked up with us. Facebook, Sidney Rhodes Show. You can also follow us on Twitter at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. All the programs are on demand. iTunes and also YouTube. Put in your search bar The Sidney Rhodes Show. Boom, they're all right there, and you can get it in. We go through it. We've had some great programs this week. Boy, I'm talking about from the OSU. We had an exclusive interview. You got to check it out. I mean, you hear a perspective about the OSU attacker that no one else has, no one else in the world. We had an exclusive interview with a person that worked with him, rode in the same car with him, ate with him. It's all on demand. I mean, it's amazing. I'm really surprised that hasn't gone viral. I'm really surprised that it hasn't received millions of hits. So, hey, somehow we got to get that out, because the whole world's looking for motive, trying to understand the young man, the OSU attacker, y'all. I mean, here's a guy that worked at Home Depot with him, right? I mean, you know, and he's Catholic, and this guy's Muslim, and they got along great, and you know, used to have talks about faith, and I mean, just a great thing, and a whole different perspective. And no, we're not condoning any violence, but getting the perspective, right? I mean, we had an exclusive a couple nights ago, over 4 hours. It's just amazing. And I'm like, why isn't this not going viral? I mean, it should have millions of hits right now. What's going on? Man, a little perplexed. I might have to do my mental jujitsu on it and figure it out. Something going on. I mean, try to figure out some algorithms or something. Sidney Rhodes. Well, be that as it may. And last night, boy, I'm going to tell you, I had to go in last night. Man, the way I'm talking right now, it wasn't like this last night. Last night, boy, you got to check that program out. Your boy was letting them have it over that doggone Charlotte stuff, not having any charges, not even going to court at all. You ain't going to go to court, my man dead. And you expect me to just believe he had a gun, just believe he pointed the gun, just believe he was threatening, just believe, because you say so? Not having it. You got to listen to the program from last night. Sid was just, man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Went in last night for real. But listen for yourself. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree. You can let me know. It's a great thing about Sidney Rhodes. Just not feeling like there's any problem with you expressing yourself. With respect, we chop it up. If you disagree, you have a alternate perspective, that's great. It says we're in a relentless pursuit of the truth. Relentless pursuit of the truth. Well, now we promised we were traveling with Brother Trump. Now, again, I'm just saying there's good and bad on both sides. There's good and bad with people that supported and voted for Donald J. Trump. There's good and bad people that supported and voted for Secretary Clinton. Period. Okay? So, whichever side you might be, and there are people, whoa, man, people throwing right hooks at me. I sometimes got to duck. You see, so you got to duck. Know how to duck. Strategy. Sometimes, you got people that say, hey, well, they was for Jill Stein, or they was for Johnson, or they was for Bernie Sanders, and just decided to have a protest vote because they didn't want him to put his support behind Secretary. I mean, the whole thing. You got a lot of people that have different perspectives. I mean, so, hey, that doesn't mean that you can't learn. You can't be afraid to learn when people win. When they outwork, out-strategize. Otherwise, how do you get better? How do you support them? Or how do you defeat them? If that's your champion, then you should be able to support them. And I'll say again, those of you that love Secretary Clinton, the fact that you are not advocating for a pardon the same way that Ford pardoned Nixon is beyond logic. Illogical. Makes no sense to Sidney Rhodes. I'm still waiting for someone to give me a logical explanation, because I'm just left with the fact of weakness, trust of the Trump administration, laziness. I mean, what is it? Explain it to me. And when I say lazy, obviously I'm talking about Secretary Clinton support. I'm talking about all different types of races and colors. So that ain't even a racial thing. I know that word gets used about certain folks, and we got problems with that when it's used about certain. I'm talking about the whole hookup. I'm trying to understand. I don't understand. So I'm putting out possibilities. Because you obviously you're not advocating to protect your champion. And I've been promising you that you need to have that on your radar. And then what happens today? Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. I mean, even if he had said, no, hold on, y'all. He didn't do that. He let it go. Lock her up. Lock her up. Okay. Well, we're gonna get there because that happened in Cincinnati. So we on the road to Cincinnati. I was just trying to let you know. I mean, you say, well, Sid, the man's such a racist. Why you prove you're a racist? Send the link. Send me the link. I'll play it on the show. Prove he's a racist. I mean, prove he's a racist. Send me the link. That's all I'm saying. I mean, but I can play you the super predator, and I can show you some effects of the crime bill. And I can, so I can play you Super Predator. I can play that for you. So, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Be that as it may. On our way to Cincinnati. I was just trying to say, there's good and bad on both sides. Good and bad on, okay, anyway. Why is he doing this? Have you asked yourself that? Why? Right now in the midst of this thing, you're trying to fill out your cabinet. You've got these people you're bringing in. We're hearing reports about this person's coming in, that person's coming in. Big contentious thing going on with the Secretary of State. Is it going to be Romney or Giuliani or Burton? Burton. Is it? Who's it going to be? All these guys. The potentials out there for the be. Who? Maybe even Petraeus now. They even brought him in. You get the arguments about Bay DeVos and all this stuff is going on. Ben Carson, then he announced today back to Cincinnati, Mad Dog Mattis, putting Mad Dog in, y'all. He coming at you. Getting Mad Dog in the house. So in the midst of all that, why are you going to Cincinnati Ohio. Why? I mean, who does that? Why are you doing that? Why are you... Okay, so November 8th happens. It appears that you're going to have an electoral victory. We don't know until December 19th, but it appears that way. Why are you doing this, Mr. Trump? Why? I mean, you can't travel normally. You know, I mean, you have major Secret Service protection. Rightfully so. No problem with that. I mean, you know, that's... I mean, those men and women are doing a phenomenal job. They kept President Obama safe. So them cats are diesel, because we don't advocate violence on this program. I'm just making the point. It ain't easy for him to just be like, okay, let's go to Cincinnati for a rally right quick as I'm president-elect. That's not an easy thing. We're going to have a big rally right quick just cause. They gotta make a lot of moves to make something like that happen. That's a major thing. We're going to have thousands of people in, and we just going to go and dip out and just give a speech. Why? Why are we going to go through all that? Because I said so. Okay, but why you want to do it? And that's the beauty of the Sidney Rhodes Show. I want you to think about, why did he do what he did? You know, I mean, what's the end game here? What's really going on? So let's walk through a little bit of this for fun. So, you know, he gets out, and Vice President-elect Pence is still with him from the Indiana gig. So keep that in mind too. You got the vice president and the future president both on stage. So I'm saying, that's a major move. That's a major move. Anyway, so Governor Pence, Vice President-elect, he warms up the audience. He gives the rah, rah, rah. And then President-elect Trump comes out. And this hype is hype. It's hype like the rallies were. Cats is USA. Cats is Make America Great. Cats drain the swamp. Lock her up. Doing all that. All that. And then, of course, he hits the media hard. And just like it was during the campaign, when he was at the rallies, if you was checking him out, studying him like you should have been, instead of, I don't even watch him, I don't even watch it, you should have been studying him. Anyway, when he pointed out the media, the supporters turned around, boo, boo, pointing to the media group in the back like they used to do. I mean, it was visions of old. Everybody fell right back in step. Right back in step. When he said drain swat, they drain swat. When he mentioned Hillary, lock her up. When he mentioned media, boo. The whole thing. When he said make America great, boom. Everything was right on time. Everybody was on the one like it was a James Brown cut. How are you going to beat that? This is what I'm asking. What is the Democratic plan to defeat that? Where he can go into any one of these states at the drop of a hat, have a major rally, and people know all the chants off top. They're energized. He can let them know what they want to know. They're all connected on his social media platforms. How are you going to defeat that? Plus, as president, he can give press conferences whatever he wants, if he wants. If he don't even have to. Do whatever he want to do. He's already letting people know that. He talk when he want to talk, how he want to talk. He might just tweet, skip yard. You know, hey, if you don't follow me on my Twitter, then you just won't know. He can do however he want to do it. He's already letting you know that. Because his people, I don't say that with any disrespect, because his people are down. They like, word. We don't want you to be traditional. We don't want you to be like everybody else. How you going to beat that? Because I'm already seeing that unless something changes, it's going to be the same old. Because look what happened. Tim Ryan, if you've been following, okay, Nancy Pelosi she just had a little challenge. That challenge was put down quick, and he was coming up with the look. I'm young, I'm a young lion. I'm ready to go. We need fresh blood for the Democratic Party, and we need some fresh blood. And I think it's time for Nancy to step down. She's losing. We need to start winning. So just the other day, They have their election. He loses. They stick with Nancy. Where's the change? Where's the change? Then who's going to be president again in 2020? I mean, you see what I'm saying? Where's the strategy in that? You got the same person. Okay, so I mean, maybe there'll be some new people coming. I mean, down in Brazil, obviously she won't still be there, so okay. But is it going to be Keith Ellison? Because you got a lot of people that hope it's Keith Ellison because they already have certain, talking points already ready to try to bring him down. We'll talk about that at some point. So, I mean, they already ready for that battle. They even want that one. They're like, yeah, let it be him. I'm not seeing the path here. Not making sense to me. If you're so upset, then you should be strategizing. If you're so angry, then you should have a plan. One thing that may have been helpful is if you study what he's doing and how he's able to win in the same places that President Obama won 4 years ago and 8 years ago. Study why those same people in those same places changed their vote. People that voted for the first black president. So that don't sound like a racist person to me. That don't sound racist to me. That person then votes for Donald J. Trump. How does that happen? And many of the women who did as well. Because, that was a big thing, first woman president. I mean, I agree. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. So how does that happen? And unless that's understood. So we're going to talk more about what he said in Cincinnati because you got some good things to laugh about and some things that he said in Cincinnati. Sidney Rhodes Show. Thank you for being here. Now, I know you ain't afraid to call. I know you ain't afraid to call. And you don't be agreeing with everything I say. Don't it? You do not be agreeing with everything I say. Then keep it 917-725-4241. You better call 917-725-4241. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. why do this? Sidney Rhodes Show. Well, it's not about whether or not we have all the answers. I think it's a collaborative effort. I think that there are a lot of brilliant people in the world, and this is a point, a critical point in history. And if we can circle the wagons round, if we can bring the people together to think about the concepts and look at things from a different angle, different perspective, look deeper, I mean, it's possible that we can help somebody. It's possible that we can create better structures, towards a more perfect union. You dig? I mean, so I really, I throw out a lot of questions, because I really want people to think. And, sometimes I just, I believe there's a utility to just allowing some things to be questioned, just that First Amendment right, just allow it to be questioned, and then if it's the truth, let it be the truth, I mean, if it stands, let it stand. If not, then we got work to do. You feel me? I think we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our future. We owe it to our children to get to the truth and then stand on that. That's the Sidney Rhodes Show, So I invite people from all different perspectives, with respect. We put it to the test. That's what we do, Sidney Rhodes Show. And that's why we do what we do, Gotta love it. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Welcome back. So glad that you're here. Sidney Rhodes Show. We do it for you. We do it for you. Now let's I want to jump back to why would he even do something like this, and like I said, there's some funny things that we can talk about that happened in Cincinnati. But real talk, why go through all of this? You got to appreciate the level of work that it takes to have a major rally just because, quote unquote, right? Because like I say, he playing chess, not checkers. You gotta, respect game. But at the same time, I'm serious about that. That's a major move. You've got the president-elect of the United States, quote unquote, the most powerful man in the world, vice president-elect. They're both going to be traveling a major rally, and you're going to Ohio. There was just a Ohio State attack the other day, and they're going to Ohio with a major rally? That's why I give it up to the Secret Service. Them brothers and sisters, they the real deal. Them cats, you talking about being not only courageous, but trained? You can learn a lot from that. Courageous and trained. Though, man, for real. That's a heck of a job. And like I say, it kept President Obama safe. That's because Cass wasn't happy with that election, and Cass aren't happy with this one. But I got to give it up to the Secret Service, man. They the real deal. They the real deal. I just say that because I want to be clear. Sidney Rhodes Show, we talk about a lot of things. A lot of things we talk about for mental gymnastics. A lot of things we talk about to get the clarity, but we don't advocate no violence. We advocate self-defense now. Holla if you hear me. We definitely hold down the Second Amendment. We for self-defense. Because y'all know how I feel about that little Charleston cat. Yeah. He would have got it. For real. But we're not advocating no violence. But that whole self-defense piece, that's a good place to be. That's a good place to be. That's the hit and don't be hit. You know what I mean? That's a good place to be when they're coming at you. Self-defense. Well, anyway, back to good old Cincinnati. So he comes out, and he's working the crowd, y'all. He's having a good time. And, you would say, like, if you were to write the speech at such a historic moment as your first major outing as president-elect from an historic run, a historic campaign, if you were to start to write what his opening words would be, okay? If you were to now this is what we do on the Sidney Rhodes Show. You got to understand, we get down to the nitty-gritty. We open up your mind. If you were to start to write down what he should say as his first words, and you start to write out, fellow Americans, we had a long voyage, whatever, or start quoting Lincoln or something like that, that's what would be what most speech writers would probably write, what you would expect to hear. You know what I'm saying? This is an amazing moment. And what does he come out and do? Start talking about the traffic jam getting inside. After all this, wins the hookup and bop, and now he's here, big rally, and Vice President-elect Pence gives him the warm up, and he comes out on stage and he talks about traffic. It's hard to get in here, traffic jam. What? And again, and I'm saying, I think most people look at that as this dude he ain't got it all, right? This is what I'm saying. I'm saying, see, you're missing it. You're missing the fact that he's in tune. He's connected. The thing didn't start when he didn't want to start. He a little late, warm up to the people. There it is. There's a connection from a billionaire to people that, just making ends meet. a lot, that's how it is. That's how it is in the world, right? So, I mean, how does he make that connection? And you keep laughing at them baseball caps. But the style of communication, just to put it simply, and this man, from my understanding, right, he went to Ivy League schools, went to great schools. The simplicity of the language, the connection. When it and this is the if you notice, some of his best moments were before the teleprompter hookups, right? The teleprompters came because he just kept going so far off into himself, into these different directions, that the campaign just felt like we gotta rein this in somehow. I dare say, if you didn't do that, it's amazing, but he may have won even easier. It may have just truly been a landslide. Now, today in Cincinnati, he did call it a landslide, right? My man was like, we wanted a landslide in Ohio. In Pennsylvania, they thought we was bop. I mean, he was just cracking up with the audience. They was having a great time. He's like, yeah, we just slaughtered them here, and just really just they were saying that we couldn't win and there was no way to win. And so then he starts talking about, he's just joking on cats. He's just really basically jonesing on them, just letting them know. Yeah, they even saying that it looked like Texas was in play. And he's just cracking up. You wouldn't have written that speech. There's no way. There's no way you would have written that speech. You would have been gracious in your victory. You would have been you'd have been saying that Secretary Clinton was a great whatever, and her supporters are great, and you would have been doing all that. Guaranteed that's a speech you would have wrote. I'm just saying. Not this man. How you gonna beat him? How you gonna beat him? He didn't do none of that. In fact, he was like, and when you talk about NAFTA, I don't even have to bring her name up anymore. We ain't even got to talk about her or her husband no more. We ain't even got to talk about him no more. He was like, and whoever, skip that. Right? That's later in the speech. But earlier in the speech, get this. He threw this one at you. He was like, but wasn't it fun? Wasn't it fun to go up against and beat Hillary? Wasn't it fun? And the people were like, yeah, we beat it. Da, da, da. And it didn't take long before they started thinking about just the name. And it was, lock her up. Lock her up. That stuff is real. So anyway, so he's going through the different states, and yeah, we won here, we won there, and he's talking about election night, and he's comparing it to just better than sports, better than the NFL. He's ESPN personality. The day later was saying it was better than the games, and the football, the NFL games, their ratings were going down because people were so excited to watch what he was doing in his campaign. You wouldn't let your candidate gloat like that. You wouldn't let your man or woman that you would represent, you wouldn't let them get up there and say, what we doing is better than watching football. Our campaign is better than, because what we did was harder than winning the Super Bowl. You wouldn't let them even talk nowhere like that. You shouldn't even watch a football game. Instead, watch us. They glad our campaign is over because you was stopping to watch them because everybody's watching us. So my concept here is that if you are not supporting President-elect Donald J. Trump, but yet you don't have a plan to handle a man that can out-strategize you in that way, and you don't even understand the connection, you don't understand how he's putting it down, then you really are just like being angry with and you're going to get knocked out in the first round again. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, you're going to just be dismissive and you'll have no tactics. And that's not what you want. But that style of communication, it's going to resonate. It's going to continue to resonate. Because you see, even now, you have Democrats who said what happened in Indiana. I mean, people who represent from Indiana. There's a junior senator who was on today from Indiana. He was like, hey, I love it. 1,000 families, 1,000 people got, saved the jobs. I love what he did. Democrat. What's he going to say? You can't be from Indiana and be like, oh, that's terrible, because they'll vote you out. There are people at that plant who did not vote. There are people in that plant that voted for Secretary Clinton. But now they got their job, right? I mean, jobs. It's the economy, right? So you have to have a plan for how you're going to carry out or try to maintain any of President Obama's legacy. You know, you got to have a plan, and I don't see the plan. I don't see a plan. I don't see a plan. So hey, I give respect where respect due. He's out working. He's out strategizing. I see what he's doing, and there's just no doubt that train is moving. It's well oiled, and it's continuing to gain momentum. He's not slowing down. He's fortifying himself with people who are cool with his supporters. The only really rocky one right now has been Romney, from what we hear. You know, I mean, that's the little rocky one, right? But other than that, he's giving the people what they want. Betsy DeVos, he was saying he's going to make education local. Boom, go with her. I mean, he's giving the people what they want. Okay, made sure Bannon was in there. Brought in Reince to hook up with somewhat of the establishment, even though he's supposed to be draining the swamp, you know. But he got that mixture because he gave him the dual powers with Bannon, so that equaled that out. I mean, it's beautiful strategy. Beautiful strategy. And there's no plan to stop it. So I'm wondering, what should we do? You know, I mean, I'm trying to campaign. I'm like, hey man, well then we need to get somebody on his team that will speak up for the concerns, because it don't look like you're gonna be able to stop them. So, you know, somebody gonna have to get on his team that can give the perspective that you want. It's almost like that. I mean, for real, because I'm not seeing where you're going to have a major change here. I don't see where you're going to be. You don't have the numbers in the House. You don't have the numbers in the... I mean, you don't have the numbers. You've been just losing seats. So what he wants passed, you know, he's going to be rolling with the Supreme Court. So really, you need some people on his cabinet before he fills it out. And he's moving fast. Before he fills it out, you need some people that address your concerns. You need to be advocating to get them in. And you need to be advocating for President Obama to give Secretary Clinton that pardon, Ford Nixon style. And these are things you better do real quick if you're out there angry, because you got no plan to beat him in 2020. So unless you put some people in there right now, you hit. Okay, the Sidney Rhodes Show. I'm gonna tell you, I put out a tweet about a pick that I just put out and take it or leave it alone, but somebody that could be on the cabinet to at least try to balance some things out, at least try to. So I'll tell you about that when we get back. Sidney Rhodes Show. But you got to do something, because he ain't playing. Have you heard? You ain't hear about that. Did you hear? Who told you that Increased Solution LLC is making a 24/7 network? Come on now. Well, what about the Sidney Rhodes Show? Oh, Sidney Rhodes Show is still gonna be from 9 to midnight though. Oh, okay, because you know, you don't be tripping. Sidney Rhodes Show still from 9 to midnight. Okay, but you mean all those other hours, 24/7, need to be filled? Which means cats they can have their own show? You tripping. Are you serious? Or they can be guests on other shows? So you mean if you had a talent or idea or something you want to do, you got a chance right here to reach the world? Come on, man. What's the catch? What? All they gotta do is get at you? on Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. So wait a minute, what kind of topics? I mean, what they could do? What? Relationships, religion, news, education, health, race, business development, entertainment, empowerment. What? All of that, and whatever else. What? All they gotta do is get at you. Come. What you trying to say? That if they want to get out there, they can get out there. This their chance. For real though. For real. They just go Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. send you a message and be like, "Hey, this is something I want to do." And then if it's good, it's good. Is that what you're trying to say? For real, man. Man, that sounds all right. That's kind of cool. All right. Nah, I'm with that. I ain't gonna hold you up with that. All right. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Okay. All right. I might try to have a show. That's all right. Well, wait. What if I got a product or a service? Something I just want to advertise to the world. I could. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. And I can hook up and try to get that too. Man, that's all right. Oh, man, go on, man. That's cool, man. All right. No, I ain't gonna hate. I like it. 24/7 network. All right, helping people, giving some good perspectives, have people think about things, man, and some entertainment too, man. That's hot. All right, I'm cool. That'll work. Why do this, Sidney Rhodes Show? Well, it's not about whether or not, we have all the answers. I think it's a collaborative effort. I think that there are a lot of brilliant people in the world, and this is a point, a critical point in history. And if we can circle the wagons round, if we can bring the people together to think about the concepts and look at things from a different angle, different perspective, look deeper, I mean, it's possible that we can help somebody. It's possible that we can create better structures, towards a more perfect union. You dig? I mean, so I really, I throw out a lot of questions, because I really want people to think. And, sometimes I just, I believe there's a utility to just allowing some things to be questioned, just that First Amendment right, just allow it to be questioned, and then if it's the truth, let it be the truth, I mean, if it stands, let it stand. If not, then we got work to do. You feel me? I think we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our future. We owe it to our children to get to the truth and then stand on that. That's the Sidney Rhodes Show, so I invite people from all different perspectives, with respect. We We put it up. We put it to the test. That's what we do. Sidney Rhodes Show. And that's why we do what we do. Gotta love it. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show, thank you for being here. We appreciate you every night from 9 to midnight live. Yeah, you can always get with us on Facebook, Sidney Rhodes Show. You can follow us Twitter at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. On demand, you can listen to the programs anytime, 24/7. Just go to iTunes or YouTube. In your search bar, put in The Sidney Rhodes Show, and you're good. Good. Free of charge. We do it for love. Do it for love. Do it for love, man. Do it for love. So I promised I would talk about the cabinet picks. Yeah. So, I don't know if it's a joke. I don't know if it's a joke. Is it a joke? Is it a joke? Is it a joke? I don't know if it's a joke. Is it a joke? Look, I'm still saying that if there's no clear strategy, y'all, right? If there's no clear strategy for defeating any initiative, I mean, anyone, no matter what people saying, well, we'll go along with him as far as until he does something, and then we're going to draw a line. And no, stop it. Even if you claim that he's going to be moving so fast, so strong, so prepared for you, Democratic Party is just really, really on that weak stuff right now. But we won the popular vote. Okay, you knew the rules of the game. Electoral College has been here since convention many, many years ago, 1700s. You knew the rules of the game. So don't come at me with that. Okay, that's deflection. We know the rules of the game. Winning the popular vote was not going to get you the presidency. We already know that. So stop the badness. It is what it is. You don't like the game, change the game. But the rules of the game are: you run around these bases, you get to home plate legally, you get you get the run. Okay? You kick the ball into the net, you hit the puck into the net. You get into the end zone. I mean, these are the rules of the game. You get in there legally, you win. You get more points, you win. If it counts, this is what you gotta do to make it count. You dig? The other things don't matter. Well, I walked my dog today and I helped 3 people across the street. That don't mean you win the hockey game because you helped somebody across the street. That's a good thing that you did, but that doesn't help you score. That doesn't give you a Stanley Cup championship because you helped somebody across the street. These are the rules of this game. Win at this game. If you have a problem with this game, then you work to change the rules of that game. Holla if you hear me. So, you needed to win the Electoral College. It's what you needed to do. And don't act like you didn't know that, because that's why when you found out you were in trouble in Pennsylvania, that's why you had that late night hookup in Pennsylvania with the president, first lady, and Gaga, whoever else was there doing your thing. Bon Jovi, whoever you had, because it was obvious you in trouble. Get to getting. You didn't do that rally in California. Why? Because you was in trouble. That's why you was having rallies in Michigan the day before, all that, because you was in trouble. You had to get that electoral vote. So everybody know the game. Everybody know the time. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. The people who really needed to understand the strategy, they know. They knew the maps. They knew the maps. My point is, I'm not buying the fact that you really gonna be able to stop. I'm not even seeing a strategy where you're gonna be able to stop anything. Anything. So therefore, I've given you the option. Get your pardon on. Since I'm not trusting that you're gonna be able to stop anything. So if he decide, just like he did with the carrier situation, oh, one of my supporters here or somebody really believes in me and they really trusted that I was gonna do what I said I was gonna do. Pick up the phone. Done deal. Let these, because see, this is a tour he's on right now. Let him keep going around the country with cats talking about lock her up, lock her up. It was one dude, he said today. He said it was one dude who believed in what he had said, even though Donald Trump says that the dude didn't understand him correctly. Just the fact that he believed and trusted in what he said, he made the call. Done deal. So you think all these people talking about lock her up, he just going to ignore that, right? He's just going to ignore that. Keep believing that. Tell me how that works for you. So anyways, on the Sidney Rhodes Show, I'm just saying, you know, I've come with the concept, you know, get with the getting. He has the constitutional authority for it, Nixon. Okay. So seeing that the train is moving, I'm not seeing a good strategy to stop it. So I've offered a cabinet pick. And it might be funny to some. Well, so what did I do? I said, well, hey, since Brother Trump has said that he's president of all people and African American community, for one, what do you have to lose? And we're going to change what's happening in urban communities. It's terrible. And, you know, Democratic Party just come every 4 years. They get your vote, then they leave. You know, basically y'all been had, hoodwinked, led astray, run amok. So, okay. So he dropped it on him like that. So then this is what I'm saying to myself. I'm saying, well, dang. Okay, well then I'm looking at your picks here. You know, I've been telling my audience that, in love, if they know you a racist and they got proof of it, send it to me. Send it to me. And I haven't had anybody send me any proof that you're a racist, so I can't call you a racist because I'm not going to call you that without proof. You know, I mean, like I said, I got Super Predator. I got that, you know. So I got the Super Predator. I got the crime bill. I got that, but I don't have nothing on you like that. So I'm like, if they got it like that, they can send it to me. They haven't sent it to me yet, so I'm waiting. So I can't call you a racist. I'm not going to, you know. So since it is what it is, but you claim that you bought it for the community, you bought it, then I'm like, well, dang, I'm waiting for a cabinet pick that's going to represent the community. So since I haven't seen you put, you know, because I'm, you know, Ben Carson, you know, I mean, he's a brilliant man. He's a genius. He's the gifted hands, but he ain't really like that guy, right? So, I mean, I'm just saying that's, you know, I'm just, okay. So for the community, I'm thinking, well, all right, well, Sid, give him somebody that at least is, could pass as far as ethically, you know, give him somebody that won't have a problem ethically, give him somebody that has respect in the community. But Sid, give him also somebody who, understands social media, you know, understands how to build in this new technological age, you know, so that he can reach out and this guy can tap into the same manner of communication that Trump has. So it's got to be a major communicator who understands social platforms, who's very good in that medium, you know. So all that being said, somebody who also has a respect for people that vote. So I think about church folks, you know, and again, this is not every voting block. It's not every block. This is just one. I'm just saying one piece. If he had to just pick out one piece, like a person that has the respect of the black church, let's say the African American church community. Okay, I'm just saying that one piece, and evangelicals broader than that as well. Who could he, you know, put in the cabinet that would at least be a voice, so that we could feel like, well, this man is brilliant. He understands the social platforms. And Bishop T.D. Jakes. Bishop T.D. Jakes. You kidding, man? Sid, stop lying.
Sid, you lied. You lied. You didn't text that to the real Donald Trump. Say you didn't say that he should have Bishop Jakes on his cabinet. You didn't say that.
Oh, but I did. I'm for real though. Now, before I mess you up too bad, I admit, Brother Jakes does not speak for everybody. He doesn't solve all world issues. That's not my point. My point is, how would you feel if Brother Trump has 20 people on his cabinet, 20, and you don't feel like you relate with any of them, not with any of them, okay? I'm just putting you in a thought experiment. So he has 20 people, let's just say 20 people close to him, and when we say cabinet, I mean, cabinet / close to him, administration. Let's just say 20 close people. Let me just thought experiment, 20 close people. And you don't feel like you identify or any of those people have, they speak for you in any way, right? Would you feel better or worse if one of those individuals was T.D. Jakes? That's all. I'm not solving everything. I'm not creating an environment where everything gets changed and now you have no more fears and worries about President-elect Donald Trump. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that train is moving. And I'm trying to give a little something in there because I'm not seeing any real strategy to stop his momentum at all. Look like he bought it. He about to Debo y'all. So I'm just saying, well, dang. Maybe we can put somebody in there to kind of mitigate some of it. Or like you say, if he's going to be present for everybody, then he should be cool with somebody being in there that's, I heard Johnson, BT man, ex-BT, I heard he was kind of like being looked at maybe. Okay. So I'm just saying somebody got to be in there, right? This is what I'm saying. So if we voice who we would like to see, okay, he ain't gonna put brother so and so in there that's bought it on the Farilla. That ain't gonna happen. That's not happening. I mean, you could try. Minister so and so from Chicago or whatever. I mean, you could try. You could try. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not really thinking that's gonna work out too well, but you could try. He been to Washington before, Million Man March a couple times. I mean, you could try, but I'm just saying I'm not thinking. I mean, so you probably not gonna get the Farilla, But Bishop Jakes might be able to get in there, okay? And at least Brother Jakes is, he's up on technology. He's eloquent. He's got the character. And hopefully, he have that integrity. So maybe if something got, was being kicked around, he would be like, hold on. And, I don't think we should go that way. Maybe we should go a little bit this way. And maybe he can argue the point. Boom, 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 boom. And maybe something that would have been catastrophic is now to the good. You see? Sidney Rhodes Show. You don't have to agree, but I'm just saying, you can laugh at my one pick. I mean, if I had 20, 30 picks, I could give you a whole lot of people, right? But if we got to just have somebody just kind of get in there on the quick, you know what I'm saying? Versus having nobody. I'm saying, let's try to get somebody in there right quick. And you laugh and say, well, Bishop Jakes, okay, but wouldn't you feel better that he was in there? Versus him not being there? Versus having nobody in there? Because he might be able to get in there. You got to, pick somebody that could get in there right quick. Who else you gonna pick? I mean, tell me who you think would. Let me know. We can advocate for that person. But I'm just saying, I sent the tweet at real Donald Trump. I sent the tweet like put T.D. Jakes in there for real. I sent the tweet. I sent it. So hey, I'm trying to help. Sidney Rhodes Show. It ain't perfect, but it might be better than what other cast is doing. I'm just saying. Sidney Rhodes Show.
Sidney Rhodes Show. I'm just saying, if you don't like my pick, that's cool. But like, if he can't look, if Bishop Jakes can't get in there, who can get in there? You see the logic of my point? I'm not saying the man is perfect or a perfect person to be in the spot. What I'm saying is you got to look at the complexity of the situation. You need somebody that can get in there, and you got to have selling points. Okay, you got to have somebody that's got the integrity. You have somebody that can get in. You got somebody that can benefit him, keep that voting block. The strategy, chess, not checkers. That helps him keep that block, because a lot of people that vote are also members of different churches. Fact. Okay, so you look at it strategically. If the black church wasn't so instrumental, then why do Democrats keep coming to black church every time it's election time? Trump was right. I done seen it too many times. Them cats show up when it's time to get them votes. And that's something else we're going to talk about at some point. Sidney Rhodes Show, keep it 100. Because that whole tax thing, so you ain't supposed to really advocate for one candidate or another. Ain't that something? Tie your hands. Since we aren't getting taxed, then we can't advocate for somebody. Just cutting your something off. You a church. You supposed to be able to hold it down. Ain't nobody supposed to be able to stop you from saying whatever you need to say. But we can't say it because we got this tax situation. We don't want to have, in order to not pay taxes, we a non-profit, bop. So they done cut your such and such off. So you can't just advocate and say, this is our guy, this is our woman, we voting for them. So you got to cut around it and give equal time, have people be able to say, hey, something we should debate on this program, Sidney Rhodes Show, at some point. We should debate that. Because, what if God told you to go ahead and fully support somebody? What you going to do? What you going to do with your tax structure? What you going to do? Well, we just hope God ain't going to ask us that then. Well, dang. For real. And I got love. Trust me, I got love. I'm just, you got to know what I'm saying. That's a heck of a compromise. Because if, about to get myself in trouble, y'all. If Pharaoh need to be told what time it is, and you worried about your tax structure as a church, but Pharaoh need to be told what time it is, I better take another break. Sidney Rhodes Show.
Oh yeah, you know, I just it's just a part of speaking out for those that don't have a voice. We have an obligation, to help cats. It just can't be about us all the time. There's people that need help, and this is what we do. We got to reach back. We got to help out. Sidney Rhodes Show. That's what we all about. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Have you heard? You ain't hear about that. Did you hear? Who told you? That Increased Solution LLC is making a 24/7 network? Come on now. Well, what about the Sidney Rhodes Show? Oh, Sidney Rhodes Show is still going to be from 9 to midnight, though. Oh, okay, because, you don't be tripping. Sidney Rhodes Show is still from 9 to midnight. Okay. But, you mean all those other hours, 24/7, need to be filled? Which means cats can have their own show? You tripping. Are you serious? Or they can be guests on other shows? So you mean if you had a talent or idea or something you want to do, you got a chance right here to reach the world? Come on, man. What's the catch? What? All they gotta do is get at you? On Facebook? Sidney J. Rhodes Jr.? So wait a minute, what kind of topics? I mean, what, they could do what? Relationships, religion, news, education, health, race, business development, entertainment, empowerment, what? All of that? And whatever else? What? All they gotta do is get at you? What you trying to say? That if they want to get out there, they can get out there. This is their chance. For real, though? For real, they just go Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr., send you a message and be like, hey, this is something I want to do. And then if it's good, it's good. Is that what you're trying to say? For real? Man, that sounds all right. That's kind of cool. All right. Nah, I'm with that. I ain't going to hold you up with that. All right. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Okay, all right. I might try to have a show. That's all right. Well, wait. What if I got a product or a service or something I just want to advertise to the world? Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr., and I can hook up and try to get that too? Man, that's all right. Oh, man, go on, man. That's cool, man. All right. No, I ain't gonna hate. I like it. 24/7 network. All right, helping people, giving some good perspectives, have people think about things, man, and some entertainment too, man. That's hot. All right, I'm cool. That'll work. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. The Sidney Rhodes Show. You're on the right road. The Sidney Rhodes Show.
On the right road with the Sidney Rhodes Show. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, every night, 9 to midnight, you know how we do. Having a good time. Hope you're having a good time. And we appreciate you. We brought by Increased Solutions LLC, making a better way for your company, your organization, yourself. All about that Increased Solutions LLC. You can connect with us, social media platforms. Facebook, Sidney Rhodes Show. Twitter, at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. On demand, 24/7, free. The Sidney Rhodes Show, iTunes, and or YouTube. So the bottom line is, I'm respecting, I got to respect the victor, and the strategy. And I understand people had their issues with Brother Trump. Okay, you do what you do. 62 million cats supported him, still support him. And he's still outworking, outthinking, out strategizing. You don't have to agree. Just take your L and do what you do. You don't have to agree. But he's winning and the motor's still on. So, I don't see how you're going to be able to stop it. If anybody's trying to stop it. I don't see the not my president working out too well. So say if you can't beat him, join him. And I know a lot of cats gonna be like, nah, ain't no way in the world. I get it. You don't have to. But come up with a strategy. And from here, I don't see it. I don't see what the strategy gonna be. Doing the same stuff. Look like you're gonna get the same results. Nancy Pelosi back in the groove. I mean, I'm not seeing where the change coming from the Democratic Party. What you trying to do? Your man Bernie, he's trying to say, hey, we can make some changes. We got, but he can only do so much. He couldn't win from that side, so he's, so you got a problem there. You got a problem, and like I said, Keith Ellison, if he's able to get in, they already have a counter argument for him, so the GOP is already, ready for that. So they think, at least, So I mean, it's really an uphill battle. You can't. And again, and now you have when Tim Ryan was making his case against Pelosi, which he lost, but he was making the case about the identity politics to have or not to have, and can't just be a coastal party. Oh, that's real. I mean, so what are you going to do? And I understand you want to push for the immigrant hookup, okay? Because typically those are going to be votes for the Democratic Party. But hold on. Your man's about to build that wall. It's slowing that up. He's already on that. The system's rigged, so he's already going to be looking out for that. He claims millions voted legally, so he's already going to be looking out for that. I mean, he's already putting in place the thought process to block some other stuff from happening. Holla if you hear me. So, then in a speech today in Cincinnati, he said, the African American community. He's giving shots out to the African American community in his speech today. Did you know that? Yes, he did. He was giving love. He was like, African American community treated me so great, so great. It's a terrible thing what happened to them and in their communities, and we're going to rebuild their communities. Did you hear him say that? See, that's what I'm saying. You'd be so upset. You'd be so emotional. You ain't even listening. You're not even listening. He made the case. He's like, psh, and the African American community, we got more votes than the other cats got. Speaking of Romney and McCain, blah, 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 blah. So all this racial hate, blah, 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 blah. But how's he getting more votes than the other cats got, who supposedly didn't say those things? Mercy, mercy me. Things ain't what they used to be. So anyway, with no strategy. Then he gave it up to the Latino community. Yes, he did. In the same speech today, he was like, the Latino community's been so great. SPAC been so great to me, and we're gonna make things so much better. We're gonna make so much. No. See, strategy. So while other cats sitting back, confused and mad, he's out there pumping. How you gonna beat that? He's still pumping. Okay. Still tweeting. Still rallying. Still touring. So I'm saying maybe the move is to try to get something in there to try to roll with them. Get some people in place if that's your agenda, that you try to keep some things or try to keep things to not just totally be from your perspective jacked up. Then I'm saying you might want to get some people on the team with them. Try to advocate to Mr. Trump, please, can we have such and such and such and such to roll with you? Can you give them a slot to represent us, please? I mean, that's really the position you're in right now. I can't see it no other way. Unless you got a secret strategy I ain't seen. I mean, which is cool. I mean, if you got some sun suit that you about to put on them, okay. I don't see what your strategy is, but if you got one, let it do what it do. I'm not seeing it though, for real. And we have major challenges. I mean, there are major challenges, because the way he can pick up the phone and make things happen, appropriate or inappropriate, the way he makes things happen, I'm thinking, well, we need to be in Dakota right now with the holding it down with the Standing Rock, and we need to be like, hold on, before they throw them water cannons at us again, before they shoot with them rubber bullets again. Let's get Brother Trump on the phone and tell him to fix this right quick. See, I'm on that. Well, who got his number? Because we out here freezing and we ain't getting what we need. So somebody holler at your boy Trump versus I ain't calling him. He ain't my okay, but he getting stuff done. So I'm like, man, let's be in Dakota, like calling dude, hey, can you get them to stop right quick? Can you put out a tweet, Mr. President elect, please, and just tell him to back off because this ain't right. They about to mess up our water. He making it happen. These other cats, I'm just saying, they coming with that, well, we'll see, and we got to think about it and put some plans, and maybe, meanwhile, I'm out there freezing, getting hit by the water cannons, just so I can have some water to drink, and I got a treaty that we signed that this land's supposed to be good anyway. Holla if you hear me. Stuff like that. Now, I'm saying this is not a blanket endorsement like my man is just all good. I'm saying from jump, there's good and bad between Clinton, good and bad between Trump. There was already good and bad. There's good and bad. But what you gonna do now? So I sent my tweet, and if there's a better choice, holla at me. I'll send that too. We can start a petition together if you like, and we try to get somebody in there. Or one or two people, but I thought of somebody that you laugh at. You might laugh at it, but he might be able to get in there, and at least he can articulate his point. He can keep you abreast through social media. He can hold down the evangelical vote, so that gives something to Donald Trump. He gets something out of it at the same time. Who can do all that? Bishop Jakes, Brother TD. Laugh if you want. It's not perfect. Tell me who else can get in there right quick on the, well, he's not too threatening, but yet he can still have some integrity. He can still speak up for you. Who else can do it? Tell me who. Okay then. So now, or come up with something else. Cause your girl Michelle said she ain't gonna run. She laughed at that, she told him don't even be talking about that. She ain't even trying to run. So what you gonna do? Sidney Rhodes Show. So we're gonna continue to do what we do 9 to midnight every night. I just hope that we're able to think about things and put some different perspectives on your mind. Either way, it appears to me that President-elect Donald J. Trump is smarter than most people think. Get the blinders off, study what he's doing, how he's doing, and if you're supporting him, hey, you picking a winner. You picking a guy that's winning. He getting it done, saving jobs, picked up the phone. He at it. He bought it. He ain't chilling. He working. He's working, traveling, doing the thing, keeping his base happy, you know? So, man. All right. The Sidney Rhodes Show. Sidney Rhodes Show. Thank you for being here tonight. Catch up with us on demand, iTunes, YouTube, The Sidney Rhodes Show. Share it with your family and friends. We're going forward, making it happen. It's been a great night. We'll do it again, 9 to midnight, tomorrow night. Sidney Rhodes Show. One love. Hey, in case you're wondering, this coming Trump tour, in case you're wondering, if you think that any of this is happening by accident, if you think any of it's happening by accident, we need to talk about it. If you think that the messages that are being sent, that the towns that he's going to, that the announcements that he's making, if you think anything is by accident, we need to talk about it. Because maybe that's the way to get a lot of us to take the blinders off to the strategy, to see the chess. Maybe that's a way that we can like get past a lot of it. You know, we talked about removing the emotion, and you know, but if you say, well, is that an accident that he's going there next? If you just think that it's an accident, then maybe, you know, you're still kind of on the other side of reality. But if you are able to say, well, okay, why did he do that? Why is he doing this? Why did he pick that person? And why are they now going to this place? You know, at least if you're able to ask why, I think we'll be at a better place to continue to unravel this. And again, if you're a supporter, I mean, like I say, you got a winner on you got a winner on your team. You got a winner. If you're not a supporter, then you're really behind. And do yourself good to study. Sidney Rhodes Show. We're here for you. Much love. Sidney Rhodes Show, Facebook, Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Follow us at Sidney J. Rhodes Jr. Sidney Rhodes Show, you're on the right road. Sidney Rhodes Show.